Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is game number 2 of tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. My name is Jarvis. Are we going to see another 4+1 split from Northern Lights this game? Pretty sure everything is back to normal now as we hop into game number 2. A question mark and FUT Esports getting the lion's share of the points in game number 1 there. We have a 7 to 1 o'clock plane path. Pretty even. I think most teams are going to be happy with where they want to go. Even the El Pozo team should be able to find vehicles and head over. Should be relatively untroubled here for game number 2. I think it was a late plane drop gone wrong, if I had to summarize what happened there. A little bit of a misunderstanding after someone, I think it was Batulins, being left in the plane for too long. But that all appears to be resolved. Righty-ho. And of course, a natural byproduct of this is that we have no fights to bring you because it's all ridiculously well behaved. I have noticed, by the way, that Alisar has taken the coach role. I believe he was playing in the last game, right? So I think we had Muslu coming back into the game for game number 2 for Sarvem. So that's worth noting. We've got Lou, Hyruzen, the Tab, and Perfectix for Northern Lights. Which means Batulins is in the coach role. So there we go. He'll just be looking at the rock as opposed to being on the rock. In his bathrobe and level 3 armor. What else have we got going on here? Question mark are going to be rotating towards the Cobb. Static Mix are in El Azahar. They're pretty chill. Not really anything to write home about there. And because the first circle is centering in on Power Grid as well, it's unlikely that we're going to see anything crazy from a rotations point of view. Pretty much 360 degrees of this circle, maybe except for this bit here. You can rotate through towards it. A little bit of scouting going on from Nixie. It's nice and early. 3.5 minute mark now. Oh. Well, if someone was there, we're going to ice skate our way down. Smooth. Guys, compound's free. We got it. It's all good. We got him. So Nixie gets a little bit closer to Picardo. There's a chance Sarvem will want a similar position, but the Woof managed to get that first, which is nice. FaZe Clan and vehicles, are they moving further in? No, they're going to keep looting right now. Is Diggory cool? Northern Lights here. Going for the Mountain Goat position. We are, of course, all extremely familiar with this. Don't often get to see it being set up. Blue here showing us how it's done. Is this as high we want to get? I think it is. You have a beautiful view over Picardo. Mixie vacating now as the Overpeekers opt to go for a 2-2 split in these central compounds. NaVi and HOWL Might be in for a rude surprise here. Let's take a look. NaVi have pulled up to hot dog. Well, one of the two hot dogs, I should say. Lars is in the second one. I thought Uber was going to go straight in. He's not. That is a brutal amount of damage being done there. Is he going to keep up? No, Larza actually comes from behind. Really good initiative there from Larza. And I think that's going to be... critical in these guys defending their position. Larza may be guilty of overpeaking himself here as two members of NaVi move in. Schofield is further down now. Taking on Example and Alia. Molotov's thrown, meaning they have to go through the Molotovs to throw that grenade, deciding it's a risk worth taking. Doesn't actually take anyone out, though. Schofield stuck a little bit now. Melman spotting him on the staircase. Is on the receiving end of a headshot. It has to back off. Example gets him with a frag grenade instead. And that is HOWL eliminated. All 4 members of NaVi are alive, by the way, at the end of that. That's pretty good. That is pretty good indeed. Just when I said there was going to be nobody effectively fighting with each other because there's so much in the way of free space and ways to rotate into circle, we have a squad wipe. Go figure. Entropiq move up towards ENCE. Squeak was holding that position for a little bit. Decided to move away. I think that's very sensible. Entropiq going to be able to grab this instead. Mise, though, is still in and around La Bandita. Does that mean ENCE are going to rotate full around here and go towards Graveyard? That remains to be seen. Don't know for sure if that's what they want to do. The Static Mix team actually did quite well, I have to say, in that first game. And we're giving Crazy an orb to play with as well this time around, so this is going to be good. Looking forward to seeing how this plays out later on. They have shown that they're happy to mix it up with the rest of this lobby. And do a half-decent job of it as well. Got a good number of kills last game. Keeping an eye on them for sure. You get good days and you get bad days sometimes, and you can't always have the big name teams always occupying the top positions. That's not how it works. It's not how top level PUBG works. It's not how any top level esport works, if we're being honest. It is tough. It is tough. Speaking of tough, SHEESH have decided that off the back of a knock, they're happy to push forward into this position against STARDUST. Kelty on the opposite side of this rock formation. Is moving away. Oh, hang on a second. Is moving away a little bit. Out of the clutches of Janny. Unfortunately, though, the rest of SHEESH are starting to wrap around. And there have been 2 knocks and I think flushes as well. Sixmo. Is Sixmo dead? Let's take a look. Yeah, Sixmo's dead. So that means that Free Kill and Co. have full knowledge of what's going on in this position. Free Kill knows the position of, I think, both the remaining members of STARDUST. Some beautiful mini 14 shots from the top of the hill, but not enough to get a knock. Metabase survives. And Nail Cop's position is also known. We have a tussle going on here between Entropiq and FUT Esports. FUT's position is very flat. They can't really retreat behind much cover beyond this rock and a shack. Oh, and that's where Evas died. Okay, so I can see the source of their discontent. Entropiq did not appreciate that, and they want to return the favor. Who's left alive for FUT? What's going on here? It's Iro. Where's Lyran? Oh, well. Nowhere close by the looks of things. Okay, so that's FUT Esports down to 1. Entropiq trade 1 team member. what looks like 3 points. We'll be able to continue with 3 members in this game. Okay. Oh, next circle, 8 o'clock hard shift. Right, this is a big one. A lot of teams are going to be rotating very, very quickly, trying to insta-react off the back of this. We were thinking maybe it was going to be Picardo Power Grid, like, you know, lots of places to play. Good central high ground. Not anymore. We're fighting for all of these tiny compounds now. In one fell swoop, the dynamic of the game has changed. Gedrox gets a couple of hits onto Vard there. Maybe not wanting to park just there in case he gets the tires. That's a good place indeed. WinOrDie, on their day, are unstoppable. Not sure about that parking. That Murado is unlikely to be usable for long. And this is about to be a little bit of a Charlie Foxtrot, I think, on the east side of the circle. Here comes FaZe Clan. They've got the Overpeekers on one side. Boom. Didn't even get the opportunity to walk into NaVi. NaVi going south, perhaps detecting. Spidey sense going, actually, this isn't a great place to be. And that red damage onto Melman must have come from... Could have been FaZe Clan. Could have been Overpeekers. Probably Overpeekers. Biesterloch has a couple of life decisions to make. I'm not going to lie. On top of this roof maybe isn't the best place to be right now. Multiple angles to be seen. May have to contend with a bit of pressure. A bit of pressure for quite some time. What about the mountain goats? Let's take a look at them. We've got Hyruzen up here coming down to... Is he going to come down to... No, he's not peeking this, right? That's not going to happen. So they're fairly safe. They are fairly safe. Entropiq on edge. Dealing with a really rough time at the moment. They've got NaVi. They've got the Wu. ENCE are looking at them as well. And that's from bloody miles away. It's just not great. Being this far out of circle with the high ground. It's nice when there's one team you're focusing on. Not so nice when 3 different teams are all focusing on the high ground. Bullets coming in there from Narnia. QB will be able to get the revive onto Nailap. So Entropiq will stay as a 3, but have to decide what they want to do next. The compounds that are free in the middle of the circle are properly sending it into the middle, so it's not easy either for any team to rush past this horrific gauntlet to get into zone. Nailcop and Metabay actually getting themselves out of that position. I'm quite impressed that they managed to reset from that and come in from the north. As far as scavenge jobs go... No, sorry, not scavenge. Salvage was the word I'm looking for. Not bad here from STARDUST. Next zone. Whoa! Turn around and take that compound. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. Screech! Handbrakes on. They might grab this one off to the west, to be fair. This brick building. And instantly send that in. Oops. Nailcop meant to do that. Was testing the structural integrity of that wall. I'm pleased to inform everyone that it passed with flying colors. Overpeekers now sending this into NLT territory, if we're being honest. You're going to take a lot of shots at the top of the rocks. Well, got something to say to Hyruzen. They've decided they want to say it to his face. They're like 90% sure what team that's going to be as well. It's a big rock. It's got to be Northern Lights. Yes, it does. Oh, static mix. Crazy with the arm. 5 seconds on the explosion. If he survives getting here, he does. Static himself dies. Going for the insta med kit. This isn't ideal at all. Vorpal Swords are close to him. He's going to have to do some work. A little bit of magic with that orm, I think. NLT also coming up. against FaZe Clan. That's useful because they would otherwise have been maybe not full-on sending, but certainly exclusively occupied with the Overpeekers. Can't quite do that now. Or can they? Hyruzen gets Jeems. Clib looking for the cleanup. That is a ridiculous grenade. Vard, you disgusting animal. Oh my god. I'm so glad we got the tail end of that. Jeems will be able to get revived. Northern Lights. Their bags have been packed for them. And I think the rest of the squad are going to reposition. That was kind of gross, guys. Vard with that nade. Tastiness. SHEESH have just eliminated Entropiq, who were on the low ground and on the road. It looks like this was just in rotation. There's Nail Up, there's QB, there's Lucarux. I think we can kind of semi-imply what happened here. The rest of the squad will be coming into loot as well. So that's Entropiq out of things, at least for now. Lou would like a bit of action, but ideally from one place at once, please. FaZe are rotating north side of the rock. They've actually still got Fex even on the south side. This might not have been properly communicated just yet. Lou's counted multiple vehicles, but that's actually not the be-all and end-all of it right now. Oh, no. Conversations being had between Northern Lights and FaZe here. Diggory almost in a horrific situation. ENCE helping though. Heard the pin pop on the grenade. Instantly went for it, and that's Perfectix down and out as well. FaZe Clan, really good push here. But now we've got the Overpeekers listening to this, thinking, you know what, we fancy a little bit of third-party action ourselves. Vard being the vanguard of this attack. First nade in. No dice. FaZe going very quiet indeed. Excellent Molotov by Diggory, forcing Jeems back. Using some of the meds as well. Off angle from Clib. Takes ENCE by surprise. Third party from SHEESH wanting to ignore it by pushing in. A lot of damage being absorbed here by Clib. Diggory and ENCE now both are down. Overpeekers will successfully take hold of this compound. It is only Fex here. Question mark ends from the fellas. Looking like they're getting into a little bit of a tussle as well. Hobbits is down to question mark, but everyone else still alive. Slightly gross spray coming out from a doozy, not gonna lie. It's actually Kuzyara who will get the credit for finishing that off. And the fellas are getting taken apart right now. They're walking into a place where two different teams could be fighting. Instead, they've united in their hatred for the fellas by the looks of things. We'll at least get to go further central circle, but not before losing a couple of folks. It's Michael down as well. Is it Rustunmar only? It is. Now, this is rough. Oh, you know what else is rough? Walking up and just seeing Fex and looking into his eyes and going, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. He's going to casually pick up an orm as well. Woo! What? Lyron, hello. So FUT Esports has been eliminated, but not before the triple nade kill. The NaVi party's going on here. Now, admittedly, NaVi will be able to go up to 4, but as far as the kill feed is concerned, woo! That was a moment. That was a moment and a half, folks. Overpeekers have 30 seconds to decide how to send it. Now, this area in the circle is flat as a pancake. You can't really stand there. There's no cover to hide behind. You can maybe get away. No, not really. You need a lot of smokes, guys. I mean, these are not exactly safe positions. Which leaves these sort of rocky outcrops down south and things like that, which I think are going to end up being the home of several teams. I can see this area becoming so important to play for. Still 10 teams remaining in this game. 20.5-minute mark. On board now with question mark and their rotation. Happy to dodge the fire just a little bit early on so that they can rotate ahead of the rest of the teams and try and gatekeep them. That's essentially their strategy here. SHEESH are coming in to potentially gatekeep the Overpeekers, but even if they successfully do that, they haven't got a safe path in themselves yet. Oh, they've got a safe path out, or that much is for sure. That's the Overpeekers eliminating SHEESH. James is not getting out of this alive. 3 players up and 7 kills, to be fair. Good enough for quite a lot of people. NaVi are next up. They're being shot at from very far away. STARDUST, keen to make their presence felt. We've got Sarvem and WinOrDie on the south side. Mixie going down somewhat early. Flashbangs are coming out because Yara decides, actually, I'm not sure I want this to be a close quarters fight. Him and Leosh have 4 kills each, by the way. WinOrDie are in double-digit kills this game, and they're only into the top 6. So they sure as heck know what they're doing. The problem is, NaVi are so close. Leosh knocked. Melman spotting Yara. The rest of the squad are going to be picking him up as well. It's actually Phil first from question mark. You get that. That's WinOrDie out in 6th place. Good eyes from NaVi as they push further in. Next zone, basically on the road. Overpeekers going for the shack strategy. I mean, it's not great, but in a zone like this, that's also what you got, which is fair. They just want everyone else to fight first, basically. Could end up working for them, you know? If you go in early enough, and everyone else sees that this is a really flat bit of terrain, there's not much cover, so it's either stay really far away from the shack or go straight for the shack. Oh, speaking of going straight for the shack. STARDUST now going for the north side. Shack no longer an option. Nailcop not finding much solace here. This is certainly making them a little bit of a target. Are we going to see the smoke wall come in? Sarvem eliminated by NaVi. Fantastic nade. Almost dead is Metabay. That second nade is good enough. Huge explosion on the vehicle. Third one coming in. Here's a fourth. That fourth could do it for Nailcop. Sliver of health. There's the 5th. And Vard gets STARDUST. Overpeekers into a top 3 finish here. That utility coming in hot. Question mark and NaVi, the other 2 teams. From a numbers point of view, NaVi have the advantage. However, Phil first position has a little bit of an off angle, little bit of a spoiler here. Should make things interesting. His position has been given away though, so it's not like he's going to catch NaVi by surprise. But someone needs to prevent them from winning the game, I think. I think that's a perfectly fair thing to say right now. They're playing this dip here. If we continue to center up on the road, that's going to be rough. Everyone except the Overpeekers. But no one seems to want to crash. Where do we go next? I reckon we donut. I think we go center. Let's find out. We go center. We do indeed. Forcing all the edge teams to fight each other. I say all of them. It's really just NaVi and question mark. Vilfer spotted by Alya. That is critical. He was the person that could have absolutely ruined NaVi's day. And now it's fair to say NaVi have eliminated the sneakiest obstacle to them going home with the chicken dinner here in game number 2. I think that's going to be a bit short. Wow, you know what? I thought it was going to be a lot shorter than that. That was actually really well judged by Alya. Maybe 1 meter away from doing some damage to Clib. He was just outside the entrance to that. That's scary, man. Question mark will know that there's Shack. And then there's people pushing into Shack. They don't mind as long as they get to pick up the Ks. Vehicles coming out now. Is this going to be a send or just a relocation to somewhere along the edge? A lot of shots coming out now, courtesy of NaVi. Question mark. We've got a big wide dip. They know they can get away with this because they know everyone else is south of the road. If it wasn't for that, they could not be enjoying the kind of freedom they do now. They're actually closest to the center now. So question mark. Playing this with a lot of intelligence. Oh, and Aduzi thinks he's safe. I'm not sure about that. Aduzi and Melman combining to finish off the Overpeekers, who are officially in 3rd place. NaVi with 9. Can they make it 11? Question mark have got 8, but it's a 2v4. Definitely need the first couple of knocks. This is tense because question mark, they're not giving up the ghost. It's very much a north of the road versus south of the road, and you never know when 2 might push through and you get a double kill. Changes the way these lobbies play out potentially quite significantly as well. Opening nade onto Dante. I think Uber might have spotted where he is. A doozy, level 3 gear and an AUG. Never count that out. That is good. Beautiful double nade there from NaVi. They're going to push in now, I think. Smokes out on the road. Smoke trains, flashbangs, here they come. No mistaking what this is. That's a doozy. Now waiting for Dante. Example. Might be able to get a good angle on him. He does. That's going to be it. Delightful stuff there. 11 kills, and NaVi, ladies and gentlemen, are going to win game number 2 of tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. Well done to them. In 2nd place, though, we have question mark with 8 kills, who did very well in game number 1 as well. And in 3rd place with 10 kills, we've got the Overpeekers.